Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking back with me. So as you can see by the title of the video, today I am going to be doing a life update, and boy what an update I'm gonna have. Let me drink to that. So I'm having the sweet white wine from Woolies. That's my brand, that's my brand, that's my brand, that's my brand. Okay guys, so yeah, as I have mentioned, I am going to... Did you guys hear the birds? Anywho, okay, so as you can see by the title of the video, hi ball, these birds hate me. Wild. Okay, so before I even start with this video, right, I owe you guys the biggest apology. Like, honestly, I feel like this camera's okay. I owe you guys a big apology. Like, I've been promising consistency and I haven't been delivering, so I really do apologize for that. I am going to explain why everything has been happening the way it has been happening. Firstly, I'm going to explain to you guys why I haven't been able to shoot, right? Between load shedding, being busy, heartbreaks, and like my schedules being all over the place, you know, I haven't been able to shoot. And I won't say I've been busy, no. Most of the time, the reason why I haven't been able to shoot is that I've been so emotionally drained. Like, if I say I've been emotionally effed up, I've been emotionally effed up. Like, even when I try to pick up a camera and be like, you know what, today's the day, you know, I'm just gonna forget about everything, I'm just gonna do what I do best because my people miss me. Still, like, I'm like, but today's a horrible day. And yesterday I was actually in the mood to shoot, and then when I came back, there was load shedding, and I think the electricity came back around 8ish. That was pretty late for me, so I couldn't shoot then. And I don't have a softbox lighting, I don't have the wall-close lighting, so if between the weather and load shedding, I wasn't gonna give you guys, you know, the best vision. I don't even think this shoot is like the best, you know, but I'm trying today because I haven't shot in a long time, and I was like, today there's no load shedding. And yeah, basically little things are, you know, I can put certain things together. Even though I had a shitty day today, not gonna lie, but I was like, you know what, I said I'm gonna shoot today, and I am gonna shoot today. Okay, so life update, right? I don't even know where to begin. Where do I even begin? I'm gonna start with the fact that I got a new place. Yay. Finally, I know some of you guys who have been following me on this channel know that I've been looking for a place because I moved jobs. So got a job in Rosebank, so I was looking for something that is close by, and I fortunately got like a cute cottage in Randburg. It's really cute, it's very cozy, it's definitely for one person. It's not that big, it's not much of an apartment, it's like a tiny little 1-bedroom cottage. And that's one thing that's positive. And when I say that's one thing that's positive that happened in my life, I mean that shit. I mean that, especially for 2022, because what the hell, you know. Yeah, so I did get my place. I met the person, I think that was beginning of November, but when I came to view the place, I had like zero hope. I was like, you know what, let me just check it out, you know, I don't know, we'll see. I think it was actually towards the end of October, yeah, because they were actually looking for someone to move in the 1st of November, and I couldn't, because in my head I was like, I'm never going to move, so I chowed the deposit money. So yeah, I came to look for this place. I liked it, I felt like it was what I needed. Couple of things here and there, but you know what, no place is ever perfect. So I took the place and I actually begged them to move in end of November as opposed to October because of budget wise, and I have to let my landlord know that I'm moving. So it was wishy, but lucky enough, my the current landlord was actually nice enough to give me time, and I only gave them the deposit and not the rent. But then when I moved in, I then paid the rent, and everything was sorted. It was perfect. It's like a 15 minutes drive to where I work, which is great. And that's with traffic, like the 15 minutes. So it was perfect for me. It's not that expensive. It's under 5 grand. That's what I can tell you. So it's great. Like it's what I needed. It's something that I would say, yay, okay, something good happened. Okay, so right. So I got this place, lovely. Okay, so here I am. I've already planned the place. I'm planning like the transportation arrangements in my head, you know, all of that. And then I had told myself that it's definitely going to be one load because I'm going to be using my car to transport little things that are there, you know, like your clothes and stuff. I'll be able to put them in the boot. Little things that I have, I'll be able to move them. So I'm gonna look for a transport. There's a guy that I knew that made me move to my previous place, so I contacted him. Super cheap and lovely stuff, right? So come beginning of November, yes, come beginning of November, here I am, you know, we're going to a church conference at it's like Moria. I know most people are familiar with Moria, so I always reference it to Moria. It's like Moria but for my church, St. John. So that's Mutolo, right? So okay, cool, we had planned that trip. It was somewhere in, I think, the 6th of November. Yeah, so we're planning it. I'm driving there. It's like about 3.5 hours drive, I think. And there was a delay at church. They were praying for the road and all of that, so we ended up leaving late. So I have a problem with my vision, in case you guys forgot, right? So there was that, and there was the fact that we left late. And so we packed, we prayed for everything, and we're on the road now. I drove about like 3 hours, I think. Yeah, 3 hours towards the place, and then car crash. Yo, guys, like I am actually feeling very strong being able to talk about it right now, because honestly, like, this was my second accident, and this was, for me, as the, like, when they say Virgos are overthinkers and they're analyzers and everything, let me tell you, that is the truth. You get what I mean? Because at that moment, as I crashed, I was like, oh my gosh, insurance, access fees, we're not gonna go to the church conference, oh my gosh, my moving is ruined. Like, I was thinking all kinds of things when the crash happened. So I'm gonna give you a bit of a background story of what happened, right? So I was driving. It was initially raining, and then the rain stopped, but then it was late at night. I think when the crash happened, it was around 8 o'clock ish. Yeah, I think, no, it was actually around 8:20, because I remember my mom asked me like a few minutes before the crash, like how many minutes are left, because I was using GPS to get there, right? So we're there's like 2 passengers at the back. There's my mom, and then there's me. So my mom was in the passenger side, and then there was 2 people at the back, right? So okay, cool, we're driving there, it's dark. Okay, there was rain, but then it stopped, you know, as we were driving, right? So there I'm driving, and the lady at the back is like to me, you need to be careful on this road, because there's actually cows like passing by like crazy, right? So that's when I was like, okay, let me reduce the speed. I think I was driving around 80 or something, right? So I was like, okay, let me go to 60 and just, you know, be on the lookout. So we saw a few cows on the side, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what she was talking about. For some reason, after that, I just relaxed. I was like, okay, the cows, the 50, you know, cool. Shabu, no problem, we driving. When I tell you that it felt like the cow was just put in front of my car, I am not joking. And my mom is one person, she's very anxious. She's like me, right? So after the whole story that was told, like, you know, there's cows, I need to be careful, whatever, she kept on looking left, right, like almost every time that we've driven. And as almost every time that maybe I took a turn or whatever, she would look out and whatever. Literally a few minutes after, she asked me, Banyana, how many minutes are we left with to get there? And I was like, 30 minutes. It didn't even pass 2 minutes. And then I don't know, there was a weird car apparently behind us that I didn't really pay attention to. And then the lady at the back was actually anxious about it. She was like, oh, let's pray, like this car has been following us, da 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 da. As we were about to pray, now I was driving, obviously I wasn't gonna bend my head or anything. As we were about to pray though, a cow. I hit the cow, bro. Like, when I tell you, yo, I don't even know what. Who's calling now? Sorry, phone calls. But anyway, yes, as we were, so literally the car hit the cow, basically. A huge cow. Like a huge ass cow. I'll probably put a picture here of my car. I don't have a picture of the cow, but I'll show you a picture of my car and how it looked and how I'm still here for some reason. Right, so it hit the cow and then my car swerved towards a bush. So it was a down, getting incline, something. So the bush was actually like, you know, steep wise. So as my car swerved, it went towards the bush and then it went down. When I tell you, I don't know what I was doing, but the whole time I was holding on to the steering, because in my head I'm like, car don't roll, car don't roll. Like that's the only thing in my head, don't roll, like the car mustn't roll. Like that's the only thing that was in my head at that moment, right? So I'm there, shapo, ahona stress, I'm begging this car not to roll, I'm holding the steering, and then I'm actually pushing the brakes, but not like I'm doing this to the brakes. I don't know why I'm doing all these things, but I'm like, please don't roll, please don't roll. And then apparently at some point the car stops. That's when I started crying. The whole time I was on some mode like, let's not die, let's not die, let's not die. There's people in my car, there's my mom in my car. I wasn't even thinking about my life, funny enough, at that moment. I was thinking of, if I kill my mom, I'm never gonna be able to live with myself after that. There was one thing that, so I went to trauma therapy. That's one thing that I struggled with during my therapy, that, you know, my therapist kept on saying that I need to stop blaming myself for whatever happened and stop thinking about should've, could've, would've, right? So that was the only thing in my head. And at that moment, my mom is holding my hand. Like, she's literally holding my hand tight. In my head, I'm like, okay, she's still alive, she's still alive, she's still alive. And I'm assuming that she actually was also holding my hand to check that I'm still alive as well. So it was just insane. So when the car stopped and I heard my mom get out, I saw my mom get out of the car, like, and the people at the back like was talking. I don't know if it was like, what the fuck, something like, you know, some exclamations, what the fuck just happened, da 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 da. In my head I'm like, oh, everyone is okay. After that I bawled. When I say like I cried so much, I was screaming. I was literally screaming. Like I remember saying to my mom, was I driving too fast? Was I driving too fast? I kept on asking my mom, was I driving too fast? I was driving okay, right? Like I kept on blaming myself. Oh, was it me? Was it the car? Did I not look? What was happening? And my mom like kept on reassuring me that no, everything is fine, you drove okay. I also didn't see the cow, you know. So she was just there trying to console me, and I'm like busy saying why? Because in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, this, like, why does this have to happen to me now? Like, now that I want to get my finances in order, now that I'm going to this conference for the first time in years. I think the last time I went to that place was like when I was in primary school. Now I'm going there. I prayed about this trip. We prayed about it even at church. Me and my mom, the two of us, prayed for this, you know, and then this happens. That's when I started questioning God, like questioning, why am I going through this? What kind of lesson am I learning? You know, I started questioning. I remember actually posting, I'm actually wondering if God exists and if, you know, if he's there for us. Because I was like, but then why am I going through so much? You know, because this year J was just shitty for me. Like I said, it was my second accident, and the first accident happened this year. So it was insane for me. It was like, why the hell do I have to go through so much? I mean, I work hard for this car. I worked hard for so many things. And when I kept on telling my therapist, you know, how I felt at that moment, the kind of questions I was asking myself, and she kept on reminding me of the things that are not like tangible, things that are not materialistic, that no one died and no one got seriously injured, you know, all those kind of things. I still was like, but what the hell though? Like, okay, I'm still here, why am I even here? You know, because every little thing that I try to achieve, there has to be something that holds it back. Or for every good thing that happens, there has to be 10 more bad things that happen to me. So it was just, you know, a process of me questioning so many things about my life, so many things about if God exists, so many things about what could I have done to this world to be treated the way, like to live this kind of life. You know, I started questioning so many things about how I treat people. Am I kind enough? Is there certain things that I've done unconsciously that, you know, contributed to this state? You know, all those kind of things. And I was questioning all these things because I remember the previous week I was praying almost every night because I was going through it about something that I'm going to talk about, right? So I was just going through so many things because I was praying for peace and happiness, peace and happiness, peace and happiness. Most of the time when I pray for that. I don't normally pray for, like, I don't know, I don't pray for a lot of things. Basically, I pray for happiness, or unless there's something really specific that I need, like that I really need to happen, like when I prayed for my job. That's, you know, some of the things that I pray for. But in general, I just pray to be happy, to be at peace, because I feel like I've been going through so much. Like, I can tell you without a shadow of doubt that this year I definitely slipped into a very dark space for a couple of times. Like, most of this year was depressing for me. It was really, really depressing. So fast forward, the accident happened. It happened, yeah, I said November, right? About the 5th, 6th of November. And then here I was crying, doing all those things almost every day. And then there was the one day I was like, you know what, fuck this, it's fine, you know, I'm just gonna go and submit all these doctor's reports. I feel like that's the shittiest thing about life, that no matter what you go through, the show must go on. Like, fuck. Why does everything have to go forward? You know, I remember the time I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this fucking report, I'm not gonna do anything, I just want to sit down and just not think. You know, I don't want to think for now, I don't want to solve anything, I just want to lay there, you know. But I kept on getting insurance calling me saying I need to get that police report done, I need to do this, I need to do that. And that requires money, hey? I had to pay money to get certain things done. And then there's this excess fucking fee that I need to pay to the insurance. And there's this, there's that, there's work. So it was just insane. I remember the one, I think it was on a Friday or a Thursday. I went to work and then I wasn't feeling well. Like, I was shaking. I was actually shaking. I felt my body shake. And I actually texted one of my colleagues and I was like, do you think the manager will allow me to go home? I really am not feeling okay. And then he was like, I'm not sure if he's gonna allow it, but you can ask, you know, if you're not feeling okay. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll ask him after the function. So there was a function happening at work that day. And then I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna speak to the manager, right? Cool. We are there at the function, and they're celebrating something about us saving money for the company, blah 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 blah. And they hadn't even started to say, hey guys, we made this. I literally saw that cow. Like, it was so weird. It was like images were being slapped on my face. Like, that moment where the car crashed into the cow kept on coming like pa, 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 in my face. It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. Every time when I even when I had my eyes open, let me not even say every time I closed my eyes, even when I had my eyes open, everything just went pa, 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 and then I collapsed. I remember falling down. I don't remember what happened after. And then at some point I was shaking, shivering. They took me to the clinic that was so we have a clinic at the workplace. They took me there. They ran some tests. Apparently my blood pressure was shooting sky high. and you know, they told me my body went into shock, you know, it was trauma, it was this and then and that. I went home and then I worked from home for a week thereon. I think it happened on a Friday or a Thursday, between the two, and then the following week I worked for the whole week from home because I just couldn't take it. I told my manager, I'm like, I'm not feeling well mentally, so I won't be able to come into the office. I don't mind working, I just don't want to get into the office because the little things would trigger me. Being in a taxi, you know how taxi drivers are, if there's a sharp turn or if they're doing something, you know, with the taxi, I would just shake and all of that. So I was like, this is definitely going to reduce getting my recovery process. Basically, I felt like it was going to slow it down. So I then contacted the trauma counselor. I spoke to her. She was very nice. She was, you know, very reassuring that, you know, I'm here for a reason and I survived the accident for a reason. So I'm really grateful for that now. At the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, fuck it, you know, I could have died. So, you know, even if I could have died, it's fine, because what am I doing? You know, at what cost am I still here? You get what I mean? But I feel like this experience also taught me to, you know, to understand that everything happens for a reason. I'm not sure what the reason is for now, but one thing I know for a fact is that I'm grateful for my mother so much. I think me and my mom had like our rough moments, you know, shaky relationship type of thing, but after that accident I feel like it brought us closer. I feel like there's just one intense thing that that just reminded us of how much we love each other and how much we wouldn't want to lose each other, you know. So that's one thing I took away from that. I am grateful for life and everything else, and the fact that no one got hurt and all of that, but most importantly, I'm grateful to have been able, you know, as black people, we're not that affectionate, but being able to hug my mom and ask her how you doing, to be able to say I love you, and to hear her say she loves me and she's proud of me and I'm very strong and all of that. Even with my sister, like my sister was very much supportive through the whole time. She was very reassuring. She kept on telling me that, you know what, don't ever feel like you failed anything or anything is your fault. You're very strong. You know, I feel like I'm such a crybaby on this YouTube channel. She was very reassuring that I'm, you know, I'm a strong person, and everything happens for a reason. You know, everything happens for a reason, and certain things are there just to help you grow. You know, I feel like I'm stronger now. I feel like I said, I'm closer with my family now. This was something that made us come together as a family, and you know, it's just something that I feel like is so rewarding and so beautiful to see, because we live our daily lives like this, you know, and not taking time to spend time with family, not taking time to tell our loved ones that we love them, we care for them, we are there for them whenever they need us. We don't take time to, you know, just be there, be present in the moment. Be it, you know, calling your mom and just saying, how are you doing? Are you okay? How's your day going? Anything like that, you know what I mean? So I am grateful for that, and I started seeing things in that light, that, you know what, life is very short. I could have died that day, or my mom could have died, or anyone in the car could have died, but you know, God chose us to still be here because He believes that we should still be here, and He believes that there's a purpose for each and every one of us to be here. And I feel like mine is to just, you know, spread the word out there and make people aware of of the importance of being there for your loved ones, being present in the moment, being pretty much like living life in the now, you know. And I know that, you know, we are caught up on wanting to fix the future and fixing the future and just being, you know, being on the go, wanting to do this. What are your plans for 10 years? What are your plans for 5 years and whatnot? But we also need to remember that, you know what, at the end of the day, there's certain things that are not materialistic that are very important in life, and we shouldn't take those things for granted. So yeah, man, this experience has grown me. I know so much about insurance now, and I'm more grateful for life now more than ever. I love my mom so much. Oh my god, like that woman is so strong. I see where I get my strength from. She is so strong. She's so resilient. She perseveres. She's not here to like I don't know of any woman who's as strong as that woman. She's very strong, because even in the midst of everything that happened, she still asks me, like she's still taking care of me. And she also had her own trauma. She also went to hospital to get checked. There was a point where she was experiencing trauma and all of that. Even in the midst of that, she was still trying to check out, how's the insurance going, are you okay, what are they saying, do you need help? Like, she was also taking care of me in the process of her healing as well. And that for me blows my mind. Like, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. And I'm really grateful for that woman, let me tell you. I'm really grateful for her. So I think I'm gonna do a part 2 of this video. I thought I was gonna talk about all my love updates, but I feel like I'm gonna ruin the mood of this video with my next update. So just be on the lookout for part 2. I'm gonna shoot it just about now. But yeah, man, that's one of the huge events that happened in my life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys stay tuned for this part 2 that's coming up, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Don't forget to love each other. Tell each other that you love them. Be kind, be present in the moment, be kind, be loving, do what makes you happy. Life is very, 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 very short, okay? And I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.